Hey guys, what's cracking? Godsman here, coming at you with another fight video, but this time it's a little bit different because we've got a couple new folk in on the channel. So welcoming Lusol, who is going to be my opponent, and as well a fellow commentator in Omega, who is actually the editor for the new channel Vanguard Potential alongside Lusol. So how are we doing, Omega?
I'm doing just fine. It's an honor to be here even as a commentator. I've heard good stuff about you.
Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that. I'm a pretty new channel myself, so any rep, I guess. No, not any rep is good rep. That's awful to say, but any good rep is good rep to have. So that's good. So today it's going to be a pretty good match. We've got a premium match, which is not common in this channel, but hey, you know what? Lusol's like really big on premium. He does a lot of these really awesome deck lists for them. Real creative guy, right? So we decided, why not do a match between our favorite decks, which is Phantom Blaster for him and of course Raging Form for me. Sounds like fun, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and get right on started. You ready to get in? All right. Stand up. Vanguard. So I got my Crisis Revenger Fritz, and just to note for you guys, Lusol can't commentate, sadly, due to circumstances, but that's why we've got his homie, the editor Omega, here to commentate, because, you know, it's kind of boring when it's just one guy speaking, right?
Yeah, point taken. Oh, now he's in the game.
Yeah, okay, I'll roll 16 here, see who goes first. Yeah, the old full bow, that right there is interesting, because this kind of like immediately shows, okay, it looks like I'll be going first then. This immediately shows the sort of like the ethos in deck design for Lusol, which is that they tend to be a little bit high rolly. Like, it's not like all that consistent, but when they go off, like the results they get is like super spectacular. So it ought to be interesting to see whether or not he can like achieve his deck's end game in this round.
And I can vouch for that one fact. That man has killed me. Well, I haven't exactly played against his Phantom Blaster deck, but in general, he has ideas that even like surprise me. And I've been playing Vanguard for like 2 to 3 years at this point. Man has some skill.
Yeah, he's wild, dude. He's like one of those like mad scientist type dudes where it's like whether or not like he would like win any given game, he can be damn sure like give you a deck list that's gonna do something.
Yep, that's for sure. And a deck list that can achieve numbers that you're like, how in the world is this deck able to make this number? He hit me
Yeah.
with a 100k Thing Saver Dragon.
Ah, the Thing Saver. Ah, that was a classic right there. That's a good one. I think one of the things I like about like Lusol's design in particular too is, and it's kind of funny. We're just kind of, you know, sucking him off a little bit right now. But I don't know. I just like talking about it, right? One of the interesting things about like this guy is he seems to have like a very like high cognitive factor for Overdress, right? Because like with premiums, like we think a lot about like the V standard and like G cards and stuff of that nature. But oh, and we've got ourselves a G assist. That's not a good start. Ooh,
That's got to hurt.
yeah, but as long as he can get his javelin off this top 5, he should be able to recover. But if it's anything else, this is not going to be that great. Yeah, I mean the man has been playing since like set 5 of like the OG series, so he's been around for me. He's been around a longer than I think the both of us combined with this game.
Probably. I've known the anime and the game I've known since like the Limit Break era, but I only started playing like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, my awareness of the game wasn't even like that either. It was pretty bad how late I came into it. I did watch the series a while back, but I didn't really pay much mind to there being an actual card game. Oh, okay, so Bronwood it is. Interesting. What's he gonna get rid of here though? Because he's got like a lot of strong pieces, and it doesn't seem like he's got anything else to go for. He probably needs the Maka for the 22. If you were in his position, Omega, what would be the 2 cards you would get rid of for this G assist?
Ursur and probably Phantom Blaster Dragon.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was thinking along the same lines. They seem like the the like least necessary pieces in all this.
Yeah, but the problem is that for Overlord he needs Phantom Blaster. And I'm still debating which grade 3 to lose because with Bronwyn there's a chance he can get another grade 3 into his hand.
Mm.
So it's a 50-50 between Phantom Blaster and Overlord. But yeah, the stand trigger goes either way because 10k shield and GB1 isn't gonna work at this point.
Right. There could be an argument for getting rid of the Overlord here instead, just by virtue of the fact that if he just strides into like other stuff, okay, he got rid of the grade 2. That's risky. Yeah, so he's really betting on getting his ride next turn. Considering that, considering he wrote the Bronwyn too, which could be a grade 3 search and not a grade 2 search. Wow. Okay, let's see what happens with that. Oh, okay.
He's a bet. No skill. Isn't that mandatory?
Yeah, it's a mandatory peep 5. Uh-oh. Misplay.
Misplay, judge.
Judge. Yeah, that's going to be a minor warning.
Alright, Lusol. Check top 5. You forgot.
It's alright, bro. Just go check your top 5. Okay.
We all make that mistake one too many times with Sisyphus.
I've made oh my god, the kind of mistakes I've made, and yet, I mean, there's not a lot of mistakes I've made that like I've gotten away with per se, but oh my god, dude, there's just some things that just look so stupid. Like at one point I forgot that healing with the heal trigger was not optional, and that made my day with Duke kind of sad.
What?
Yeah, there was that one time. Now, fortunately, it wasn't like some high, big... Oh, looks like he didn't find anything off top 5. Well, I'm not going to be guarding that attack, so you go ahead and drive check, bro. But yeah, like, for a second there, I thought, over trigger. Well, that's not the time to hit that. Oh.
Bad. Lusol is getting the worst luck today.
Oh, that's awful. Well,
that hits you right in the heart.
That's just rough. That's the roughest business, dude. No rear guards to use it on. It's not even defensive. There's just absolutely no point that over trigger here.
Nothing.
Freaking, let's see.
The number of times I've been ruined offensively with an overdress. Like, you're in with the first attack of your turn and your opponent drive checks an over trigger. Why? Just why?
It's so... Yeah, it's so strange how, like, these over triggers, right? They're either the biggest flops or just the biggest, most incredible, like, comeback tools. It's insane to me how, like, this is. Now, now that we're talking about over triggers, right? What's your perspective on over triggers in premium, right? Because I know in standard they are going to continue being a thing, and to say they should be is a little bit debatable, but it keeps standard a little bit more casual, right? But what about premium, right? Because premium is presented as being the most sort of competitive and strategic of the 3 formats, and yet over triggers seem to be like this arbitrary I win just cuz kind of like tool. So do you think we should get rid of over triggers in premium, or do you think there's a case to be made that they should stay?
You hit me with a question that I've been trying to answer myself, but it's kind of a hate-love relation with over triggers, because they're good when I'm the one that hits them at my moment of need, but not good when my opponent does. So, but overall, over triggers actually ruin quite a lot of plays. I can live without over triggers. I hate them in premium at this point. I've lost one too many games to them.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, we got the no guard here, and it's a crit. Well, okay, that's as opposed to the over trigger check. This is a very relevant check. Sure. Yeah, I don't really agree with over triggers in premium too, because the problem with over triggers is not just that they sort of hurt the game space and from like a tactical perspective, right? Because over triggers just seem to steal games for no real reason. But there's also just ways to abuse over triggers that just should not be a part of Vanguard, right? For instance,
is a very big example.
Oh my god, with the musketeer crap, yeah, I hate that. I've seen like some stuff that is just so dumb. Like I think OTT has something you can do with over triggers, right?
I don't remember Oracle Think Tank, but I have used Sol to like manipulate the over trigger like 3 times in one game. Vera sends him back, and one way or another, I got solved, to get him from the top three. And I was like, it's free real estate.
Yeah,
And
free real estate.
but it's a broken mechanic that needs to be like dealt with in premium.
Yeah, they just need to ban it. And another thing is that we've already dealt with like the ramifications of like interactions and over triggers when they had to choice restrict every over trigger for Keter and Ultima. That was just the biggest example. Like that was so atrocious when Ultima was just able to just 100 million to all of your units. I mean, what fun it is to play that kind of a game. But even with that having been like done, now they're limiting the design space again, because when we look at cards such as the Strike Steel, right? And I'm just still waiting on this dude to take his second damage, but when we're looking at the design space for cards, they have to watch out about over triggers in premium. So this goes for standard, this goes for premium, and this goes for V premium. All three of these formats are now going to have to be like wary of over triggers, and I can get the standard ones being more wary with it because it's standard, it's of a lower power level already, and they're going to have over triggers stay. But the problem with like things like V, right, is if V is suddenly getting impacted by this crap, then we're going to get nonsensical effects again. I swear to this day, that's why Bladewing Reiji interacts the way it does, is because they still weren't confident about banning Strike Steel. So let's just look at something like over triggers, right? If they're worried about like trigger manipulation of V, then you're going to start getting a lot of like pain towards like OTT and stuff.
Yeah, there is that point that phase.
I mean,
but honestly, in terms of what is the current meta, which is obviously not even changed because of the last ban list. But oh, that is great too. That's just sad. But honestly, Overtrigger is, I don't even know what to say. I've been trying not to really think about it. I've been playing V Premium recently a lot because it's honestly relatively more balanced than Premium these days.
Yeah, it not only is it more balanced, but V is in like a really good spot because with its meta, there's a fair bit of like diversity in it. Now that we got that new ban list, which like finally gives more than just a slap of the wrist on Prism, things are kind of like wide open, right? There's a lot of different decks that feel like they could be competing. We've of course still got Gurgwit, but then you look at like other stuff, right? You look at things such as Night Rose, Revengers, Jewel Knights, Vanquisher, Astral Poet, even like yeah, hell, you can even like go down to things like Ammon and whatnot that have been like performing pretty well. Like V is in such an interesting like design space where the clan collections have done wonders for it. I really appreciate it. I mean, the only thing that they really have is like a problem, in my opinion, right now is Percival. Like Percival is still a problem even at one copy, and they just can't seem to be rid of it. And I understand why they don't want to be rid of it, because you have Prominence Core. And Prominence Core literally asks for Percival to get the full benefits effect. So if you completely eliminate Prominence Core, then you essentially kill off that card. Like you might as well errata Prominence Core at that point, because otherwise, what the frick are you doing?
Yeah, that is a good point, because Prominence Core, I have played that card, and in V it's not exactly the best, but it's also pretty a decent Liberator card. And with the new Holy Shine, you can, use Percival as many times as you want. A friend of mine, I was playing Premium with her a couple of days ago, and she used like the Percival Holy Shine combo. And he doesn't have a grade 2. That's just sad.
He doesn't even Bane to G assist for it either. Okay.
Interesting. But as I was saying, Holy Shine and Percival, you can still farm XLs quite easily. Like she hit like at turn 4, she was at like at least like 5 or 6 XL. I was like, what am I supposed to do against this?
Nothing. It's just so disgusting. Oh God, yeah. And so like holy, like that's the thing. Like with Holy Shine coming, I'm surprised that for this ban list they didn't do something about Percival. Like, uh, why
Fair
is it
him at least.
like, dude? If they like they should have. They really should have done something about Percival. And even with premium, right? I'm a little shocked that they still let Percival and Gurgit be like in the same deck in premium, but I can get why they do it because it's not quite as impactful. But then you have Holy Shine, which is just so much more like it's such an
Powerful.
unfair card, yeah. Because even in premium, its timing is great because you just ride it and boom, there you go. It's not like some act skill. It's not like some auto that activates during the battle phase. So no. You can do Holy Shine before you freaking stride, and that's just the nuts.
Mm, At this point, I've stopped thinking about gold paladins because people are gonna always break those clans. Like gold paladin is a clan that got broken in G, and is a clan that got broken in V, and is now getting broken in premium.
Mm.
Because first it was the Gurgit stride that gave what the hell is
What
he
is
doing?
he doing?
Is he resigning?
He might be scooping at this point and just like showing his hand. I mean, I can get why.
Yeah,
He
I
just
think
not. He's not having a good game here.
yeah, definitely not a good game. And he got well, he did get Javelin, just not at the right time.
Yeah, and
And
of course he
and
doesn't have great.
understandably so.
Wow, what's going on here? Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to assume then that he's just conceding. Never thought I would win a game when Rikea was the Vanguard, but and anything can happen in this game.
Point taken. Anything can happen.
Huh. Well, yeah, I guess that's going to be the game, folks. This, th- oh, and we're hearing from Lusol now that the game is also fairly buggy on his end, which must have been the culprit for the delayed gaming. So, okay, those
And
factors combined turn into more of a discussion between more than me and Omega than anything, huh?
either way, it was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, agreed. It was
Hopefully.
a good combo. So yeah, that's gonna do it for round one. Round two will be up on the Vanguard Potential channel. So yeah, I'm gonna leave a link in the description to their channel. So if you want to see the other fine videos that Lusol and Omega have collabed on to make, then yeah, do check it out. They're really big on premium formats, so if you're into those kind of deck profiles, then yeah, there'll be stuff to love there. Any last comments before we call it a day, gentlemen?
Honestly, I got none except for the fact I lose all. It was just sad, my brother.
Gutted.
You
Absolutely gutted.
are powerful, but at this point, your deck is straight up failed you. This is, well, hopefully, we are able to retain some of our, pride in game two.
Yeah, you'll have home field territory in game two, so maybe that'll do it on its own. All right, fellas. Well,
Yeah.
with that said, take care and God bless.